What up, everybody? It's Stewart. Earlier today we did...
And the wife.
Yeah, and my wife, Amber. Earlier today we did an unboxing of this video, so if you haven't already checked that out, put it up in the cards over here, as well as down in the description. You can link it over there, or I'll link it, whatever.
Don't spill my coffee.
It's still there. Okay, I'll try not to. But it's linked up top and down below of us unboxing it and kind of going through some of the stuff. Read over a few of the things, not all the stuff. Mainly just kind of the character bios, kind of backstory a little bit. We didn't do the interviews or anything, but that link's down below if y'all can go check that out. But we are about to crack this open again and actually try to solve it. So going forward,
if you don't know what this is,
well, going forward, this is going to be full of spoilers if you know ever thought about getting this. And like she started saying, what this is the Deadbolt Mystery Society's Carnival of Chaos mystery box. It is a murder mystery subscription thing that you can get each month, or if you don't want to do an actual subscription, you can get their old boxes that they still have in stock or whatever from previous months.
Which is how we got this thing.
Which is how we got this. Yeah, so we'll see how this works, and we might possibly do more later on. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. So we can get everything else.
We did open this earlier. We didn't solve it or anything, but we did open it to make sure that everything we needed was inside.
We made sure everything was here, and we kind of went over everything. And
which, if you watched the previous video, you'd know this. So.
Yeah. Boom. Okay, so here's the final thing. So over there. That's once we think we've got this. Compare everything in the box. Check. Read everything. Which we're about to do. Look at things in the box that could easily connect to each other. Follow your instincts, solve all the puzzles. Many of our QR codes, don't be afraid to use the hint files, which we're going to try not to because that just ruins the fun.
Yeah.
Utilize other members of society, which I don't feel like getting on Facebook and waiting for people to respond. So
it's also just a hints group, so I mean,
yeah, it's to have other people kind of help you, give you hints that's already done it. Again, we're not going to do that. And then once we solve the mystery for the month, check your plan, which is, yeah, all that. So.
Let's read some shit.
I say we'd probably be best. We read those things. Let's say start with those. That looks like a good spot to start.
The Shadow Brothers Carnival of Chaos had only been set up in Valley Falls for a little more than a day when Madame Ruby was found murdered in her fortune teller's wagon, bludgeoned to death with her own crystal ball. Don't die.
Okay.
Just put Ruby, I guess.
Yeah.
Although the killer was efficient in their killing, they left Madame Ruby before they were certain she was dead. In a last-ditch effort to provide information about the one who murdered her, Madame Ruby managed to scrawl this note before passing over into the great beyond. "The spirits will tell you who did this to me," the note read. "Because our agency has limited experience with the paranormal, we have called the Stalk Group to assist in this case. Stalk is a local group of ghost hunters who research the paranormal and have done work with the agency before on the haunting of Indigo House. The report you have before you is a compilation of all the evidence gathered by us here at the Will Street Detective Agency and the Stalk Group. The prime suspects for the murder come from the freak show. Those are the people you need to focus on. However, if they won't talk, maybe the spirits will. We have been receiving reports of some strange occurrences going on all night after the Midway shuts down. The Carnies are claiming that something is using the Midway games to leave cryptic messages. So you have a murder investigation, a creepy carnival, and a Midway that may or may not be haunted by ghosts who are seeking to shed some light on Madame Ruby's murder by leaving messages amongst the Test Your Luck games. If all of that doesn't give you the willies, I don't know what will. At this point, whether it comes from ghost or human, we will take information from wherever we can to obtain it. We have no motives to suggest why Madame Ruby was killed, but it is likely you will uncover that as well through the course of your investigation. Let's do what we do best and catch this killer. As always, thanks for your dedication to justice. Yours truly, Benjamin."
Okay. Let's see here. Interview report. Primetime the Mime. Interview conducted by Wallace Hamlet, Detective, Valley Falls PD. "The Carnival man refused to break character and speak to us. Instead, he stood in front of the bearded lady's tents in a variety of strange poses, motion for me to draw him. Then he handed me a copy of an old Sherlock Holmes story called The Adventures of the Dancing Man. I did the best I could in writing down everything he did. Hopefully I got close. I think his movements were the key to what he was trying to say. Apparently, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle devised a cipher in the early 1900s and wrote a home story about it. So we'll probably have to look that up on the computer or something later about that cipher.
Okay.
We'll do that. Did you write? Well, I'm gonna write other stuff.
Well, you can erase it if you want. I'll let you do the note taking if you wish.
Suspects. I was going to actually, let's see here.
It's got an eraser on the tip.
It does. Beep, 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 beep.
It's all red like blood.
Yeah, it doesn't erase very well. It just erase. Oh, let's
Dry
see.
erase markers never erase well.
Mine. Let's see, what did you say?
We'll do red suspects.
Hmm.
I don't know. I figured red for killers.
I was just going to do different colors for each person.
Oh,
So
we
it's
can do
easier
that.
to keep everything. Stood in front of the bearded ladies' tent. So, beard lady tent. And Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Dancing Man. Sherlock Holmes. Adventure.
Wait, so this is what he did while he was telling the
Yeah.
story?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the poses he did. And then it says that apparently Sir Arthur Conan Doyle devised a cipher in the early night that he wrote that story. And I figured we're going to look that up, try to decipher it that way. Adventure of the Dancing Man. And what was that dude's name? Sir Arthur?
Wait, why are you writing that down? This was the dude who made the
Cipher.
cipher.
Because we're going to have to crack that cipher.
Oh.
Okay, that's what that is. Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah, if the board gets too full, I'll write everything down on the my little notepad over there. Alright, that's basically what I gathered all that. The key points. So, what else we got?
All right. We've got an interview report from the sorceress.
Okay, so.
Two S's, dear. Okay, that's a lot of reading.
Yep. Get to it.
I'll do a little bit and then you can pick up where I left off, I guess.
Well, you could just do all of it. Or I could do all of it. Whatever. I don't care.
Okay, well then you can do all of his.
Well, that's what I was going to do. And then you can do all that one. We'll just kind of go back and forth.
Okay, here's what I'm prepared to say. I don't know who your killer is, but I know who I don't trust. Don't you find it a little odd that Charleston the Clown died from a stunt gone wrong involving electricity, and you have a performer that can summon electricity at will with his body? Charleston had done that trick hundreds of times before without any problem, and all of a sudden one day he just forgets how it works? I don't think so. People didn't take him seriously because he was always wearing one of those ridiculous fake mustaches for laughs, but he was smart as a whip. I'm sure you're wondering what my angle in all of this is. Let's just say that when Madame Ruby read the witch's palm, she could have just as easily been reading mine. I have heard all the stories and knew the reputation about a person who shall remain unnamed, but he has an electric personality. I know, it's a terrible pun, but it's also the truth. You may want to look into that a bit more. If it causes him some trouble as a result, then all the better. You know what they say about karma. As far as the other performers, here's what I will say. Madame Ruby was a sweetheart, a little eccentric, but aren't we all? I hope she has found peace. It's terrible what happened to her. Killed with her own crystal ball. Ernie Atlas isn't taking the news well. He had always had a thing for Ruby. They were never an item or anything. He was too scared, I think. Can you imagine? A tough guy like that afraid to just ask her out. Pyro. Now there's an interesting guy. Very intense, wicked temper. But what else could you expect from a guy that eats fire? I've heard stories that one of his old girlfriends spontaneously combusted. That can't be true, can it? The Weather Witch and I have a history of sorts. We have always been what you would call rivals after a fashion. We dabble in the same types of questionable sciences and have figured out ways to bend the laws of nature to our will. I would like to think that I'm a much more exciting performer than she is, but I would also like to consider her a friend. Fortunato is a nice enough guy. However, I don't know him that well. Some of the things he says as a joke makes me question whether he is serious or not. Allie the acrobat, how to say what I want to say about her. Let me just be honest. I hope her trapeze wire breaks and there's no net to catch her. She's a thief, plain and simple. She made me look like a fool and I don't take kindly to that. Yes, I know it takes two to tango, but a fish needs bait before it will bite, right? She made sure that she dangled the bait right in front of him every chance he got. Eventually he went for it, and now all I can do is talk about how much I hate her. Squeaks is my least favorite person here. Maybe it's because I caught him in my trailer once looking for things to steal. He has a habit to support, and the Carnival salary just doesn't cut it.
I have to write all this down on my notebook. But I kind of got the gist of what all she was saying.
Okay, I know we went over something earlier. Some of the other things.
The smaller one.
Yeah.
And yeah, those two. Let's see. Go ahead and put that one over there.
But Bert, hold on. Curious. Something that I remember. She mentions she dangled the bait right in front of him every chance he got. Eventually he went for it, and now all I can do is talk about how much I hate her. I'm curious if she might have been with Charleston, and Allie's the one who broke up the romance.
Yeah, because she kind of thinks highly of Charleston and Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So...
We had read some other reports on the last video. We did read these out loud, right? We read some other reports because there was apparently 2 other murders previously to Madame Ruby's murder. Charleston the Clown. He was killed in the middle of a performance, which was actually mentioned in her thing. And there was another guy who was killed.
We can read through them again.
Did you want to read through them?
Yeah, because write down whatever information.
Okay, because I mean that's something that.
Yeah, because we didn't write down any notes earlier, so yeah.
We'll go back over it in a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. Interview report for Ronaldo the Juggler. Nobody ever pays attention to guys like me. I'm not a headliner like Thunderbolts or Pyro. I'm always in the background doing my thing while a lion does a trick or an elephant sprays the crowd with water. Don't get me wrong, I like what I do. I just feel invisible sometimes. Did you know that I can juggle chainsaws? Who wouldn't want to see that? The Shadow Brothers could make a bundle off of me. But they say the liability is too high, so I stay in the background, juggling for peanuts, unseen by most, but seeing just about everything. I know a lot about the people involved in Madame Ruby's murder. Did you know that she did palm and tarot readings for a lot of us 2 nights before she was killed? Now, I don't really think that Ruby was a real psychic, but I do think she knew something about one of us. Most of us got bogus fortunes like, I see great things in your future, or you have a secret admirer. General crap like that.
Generic,
whatever. But there were a couple of people who acted really weird when they heard their fortunes. Fortunato, which I didn't write anything down for him. I heard you mention something from her earlier. So if you want to go back and write that at the bottom of hers. But Fortunato freaked out when Madame Ruby said, I've
she
spoken.
just had nice things to say about Fortunato.
Okay, maybe just kind of put another comment right there.
Well, it doesn't say that she doesn't know much about him.
She doesn't know about it. Okay, then. If she just doesn't know much about it, I won't even put him down.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't write it down.
Well, I mean, you just kind of reading it fast. I was trying to keep up with everything. Yeah, that's fine. Fortunato freaked out when Madame Ruby said, I've spoken to Charleston. He said he will leave messages at the beach ball toss from time to time. Well, that's one of the games.
Which one?
The beach ball toss.
Beach ball toss.
Yeah, that. So let's see. Blah 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 blah. Obviously, everyone remembers Charleston and what happened to him. The news seemed to hit Fortunato like a Mack truck. He didn't stick around long after that. I'm sure he probably headed straight for the game booth to see if he could figure out what in the world Ruby was talking about. The other person who didn't react well to their fortune was the weather witch. Ruby told her something like the ripples of infidelity still reverberated and spread outward long after the stone was cast into the pond. I'm sure that was a direct reference to her cheating on Charleston with Thunderbolt back in the day. I'm not sure what it means, but it could have just been another one of her made-up fortunes designed to get a reaction.
Okay.
So,
I am terrible at reading comprehension.
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
If you want to write it. Go ahead and put juggler, I guess, somewhere and underline it. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, juggler.
He was kind of upset because he's kind of put off in the distance. Or whatever, like he's forgotten. Invisible, I think is what he said. So feels invisible, maybe.
Feels.
Because that could give him a motive.
But not to kill her. That just.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it could give him a motive to try to eliminate some of the people. The other two that died seemed to be pretty big acts. Or whatever. So possibly. I know he says not a headliner like Thunderbolt or Pyro. He mentioned that
It's something that really threw out to me was her talking to Charleston her talking to Fortunato about Charleston.
Yeah. Fortunato freaked out about Charleston and something about Charleston leaves messages at the beach ball toss. And Fortunato was pretty kind of
freaked out about fortune and beach ball messages.
Yeah, let's see here. He didn't stick around long after that, so he left pretty quickly. Boom, boom, boom. The other person that didn't react well was the weather witch. Ruby told her something like, whatever, I'm sure that was a direct reference, cheating on Charleston with Thunderbolt. So the weather witch cheated on Charleston with Thunderbolts.
With Thunderbolt?
Yes.
Something else that that really hit. It makes me wonder. She spoke with Charleston, who's dead, by the way.
Yeah, she supposedly can speak to dead spirits.
But he's dead, and he was killed in an unusual way. What if Fortunato might have been the one to kill Charleston? Because why else?
Yeah, that's why he would freak out. And he says he thinks he left pretty quickly to.
Yeah, he left. He freaked out and ran away.
Yeah, he didn't stick around. He thinks that he probably headed straight there to see what the message was. Mm-hmm. But that could be a possibility that he freaked out because he might have been the one that killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figure by the time we're done with all of this, we'll figure out who had killed all three of them.
Yeah, whether it's the same person, different people, whatever. Let's see here. If you want to see where we read this one, you want to read the detective notes real fast?
Here's the detective notes. Madame Ruby, a.k.a. Ruby D'Agostino, was murdered in her trailer sometime between the night of November 4th and the early morning of November 5th. The assailant used Ruby's crystal ball to bludgeon her to death. No fingerprints were left behind, and the killer went to great pains to avoid stepping in any of the blood splatter, leaving no shoe prints despite the fact that most of the trailer was covered in blood. Ruby left a cryptic note about her murder, suggesting she knew about it before it happened. At this point, we are inclined to believe that the note was written based on the knowledge that she obtained through some human contact and not through her supposed clairvoyance. Our prime suspects are the other sideshow performers employed by the Shadow Brothers' Carnival of Chaos. Questioning them has proved problematic, however, as they are all instinctively tight-lipped around the police and have all requested lawyers before they answered any questions. No doubt this group of misfits is routinely blamed for all sorts of crimes that take place in towns across the country due to their transient nature. Obtaining legal counsel for separate potential suspects in a town the size of Valley Falls takes some time. While we wait for the wheels of the justice system to move, the case grows cold. In the meantime, we are talking to all of the lesser Carnival acts to see if we can learn more about the suspects and which of them might have had a motive to kill Madame Ruby. Something we didn't read yet. There was a note found near her.
You want to read that now? Or you
Yeah,
go ahead and go
we'll
through
go
these
ahead and
two?
read the note.
Okay.
Madame Ruby wrote, this note was found near her, and it's got what looks like blood on it and some sort of cipher with a bunch of moons on it, which might
I've
prove to be
seen
important.
something somewhere that had some. The
Yeah.
crystal ball.
Yeah,
the
the
crystal
crystal
ball had some moons.
All right. I did readings for several members of the Freak Show and divined a secret about one of them that they didn't want to get out. I have a suspicion that they will be coming for me soon. Possibly Fortunato because of that fortune that she gave to him.
I'll say the only two that was actually mentioned so far is Fortunato and
The Weather Witch.
The Weather Witch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The spirits aren't clear on that. If my death is imminent, it is pointless to run. I will wait here and see what kind of hand fate will deal. If my blood is spilled and you want to know the truth, ask the departed who wait on just the other side. The spirits will tell you who did this to me. So this has some sort of cipher on it that we need to.
Yeah. Something else kind of listening to that and what the Joker said and stuff. Like we said, if it's one of the two that was mentioned, I mean, that eliminates a lot. It's just down to Fortunato and Weather Witch.
Yeah, but that makes it seem just a little too easy.
Yeah, I was
also.
about to say, I mean, that seems a little easy, but I mean, if we are to believe that, the Weather Witch had cheated on Charleston with thunderbolts, and Charleston is one that died by electricity, which could be Weather Witch and thunderbolts kind of
Yeah, that's kind
doing
of
something. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning. Just
because she's good with weather, he's good with electricity, and Charleston's the one who died by
Yeah.
electricity.
he died.
So it's possible these two are together in
Yeah.
the fact that, which
That's
would
still-
also be a good way to get rid of your ex, so you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean that's that, and I mean it doesn't really explain. I mean, Madame Ruby maybe because she might have known or something that they killed Charleston, so they try to kill her as well. I mean that's a possibility, but that still doesn't explain the snake charmer any.
I'm
Which
sure we'll figure
yeah, I was
that
gonna say
out
we can go ahead
before
and read these two. Charleston the Clown, who broke up Charleston's romance. We already know that.
possibly.
Well, Allie broke
Possibly.
up Charleston.
Yeah,
and Sorcerer.
I mean, you could actually, if you wanted to go ahead and
I was
check.
about to say, I'll go through and check that after we kind of go through this. There's other stuff in
I
here.
think that card. Oh, here's your law card.
Yeah. Let's see, we're going to get these out. But yeah, after we kind of go through these suspect things and kind of go through everything, that won't be important. That's just a collector's card. But yeah. So, for Charleston Clown, in 2013, the Shadow Brothers Carnival of Chaos suffered what many believe to be its darkest moment. Well, 2013, she died in what, 2018? That's 5 years. I don't know why they would wait 5 years to kill her.
People are idiots, that's why.
I don't know. Suffered what many believe to be its darkest moment in a freak event that had never happened before and hasn't happened since. Charleston the Clown died in the middle of his performance. The performance, which was perennial crowd pleaser and had been for over a decade, involved Charleston playing a prank on his fellow clowns by connecting an electrical wire to the door handle of the clown car. One by one, the clowns would try to open the door, only to be shocked in a comical and amusing way that would leave the audience doubled over with laughter. The jolt always came from a car battery that had been rigged up to deliver a zinger, but nothing that would approach the level necessary to execute a fully grown man. However, on the day of his death, when Charleston grabbed the wire in preparation to set up the gag, the wire wasn't hooked to the car battery. Instead, it was hooked directly into the breaker panel. At first, the crowd wasn't certain if Charleston's reaction was part of the act or not. When he caught fire, however, the place erupted in panic. Although Charleston the Clown's death was suspicious, no criminal charges were ever brought. The fire marshals chalked the whole thing up to human error and theorized that one of the new carnies had hooked up the wire without knowing how the trick worked. To this day, it remains one of Shadow Brothers' biggest mysteries. Set that over here. I'll check that here in a little bit.
Just looking at different things.
Yeah, because I figured this has something to do with that.
This is the beach ball toss, which has to do with it's connected to the beach ball toss.
What does it say on there? Let's see, it's an error, high score. I was using the night vision camera on the midway when I saw movement over by the beach ball toss. The scoreboard was going crazy when I got there. This is what it looks like now. I have no idea what it means, but I think it's significant. What is even stranger is that I kept hearing the ding of cell phone keys being pressed like someone is texting. But as far as I can tell, the only person here is me. So where's the beach ball?
Right here. If you want to give me the
Oh,
pen,
yeah,
I'll try and
okay.
see about solving that.
Well, let's go ahead and finish reading these.
If you want to read that while I try and
And
see if
we
I can
also
figure
have-
something out about this.
Well, we also have some of these others. Just kind of read over everything and then we can kind of dive into different. What? I know.
Okay, while investigating the midway, I got some strange vibes near the game with the milk cans and the softballs. Let's try and keep the stuff that seem to go together.
Okay. So here, this is Wheel of Fortune.
So I need the milk cans and the softballs for this.
Okay.
I got a very strong feeling that I wasn't alone. I felt a tug on my arm and allowed myself to be led to the carnival entrance. Then whatever had a hold on me fled, rushing back through the carnival. I used my gift to follow the psychic trail the spirit left behind. Here is a detailed list of every place I went. Okay, we're going to need the map and I guess the...
Milk thing.
Possibly. It doesn't really mention much besides the fact that she was at
Okay.
this.
Well, no, that's these two. That's the milk jug can thing, whatever. So we'll kind of keep that together.
I don't know anything about the bears.
Yeah. Let's take a cross. I'm sure something has something. Okay, for the snake charmer, 5 years ago, well, hell, 5 years ago, that's the same as Charleston.
It's kind of weird that they were killed around the same time.
Yeah, and then wait 5 years to kill Ruby?
But she came up because she did that one thing about,
Yeah. No one stuff about it, I guess.
hey, the popcorn bag
That
has a
would be the
cipher on
mine.
it too.
Yeah, the mimes thing. Those over there somewhere. That's why I just laid it there. Wherever the mime was. Yeah, right there. Oh, that's why I kind of left it right there. But yeah. Oh, I don't know about the balloon pop thing.
I don't know about the balloon
Or
pop,
the
the
duck.
bears, or the Wheel of Fortune.
Or the duck. But yeah. 5 years ago, the Shadow Brothers Carnival of Chaos was the envy of the carnival world. Flynn the Snake Charmer was one of the most popular enduring stars. Among his most impressive tricks was one he liked to call Slumbering with Serpents. Flynn was known for having built up an immunity to the venom of more than 40 different species of snakes over the years and could casually lie down in a glass case filled with them. In an effort to impress the crowd, he would often provoke the snakes to strike and would show the audience the bite marks to prove that he wasn't a fraud. Flynn claimed to have learned the trick from an Indian fakir and said he had absolutely no hesitation when it came to snakes. People, however, were a different story. Yet on the fateful night of his death, Flynn did the trick as he normally did, with one exception. This time when one of the snakes sank its fangs into his body, his body reacted differently, and he died within 30 minutes of the performance's conclusion. The coroner concluded that the lethal venom came from a fer de lance. The only problem was that Flynn didn't own a fer de lance, and it wasn't one of the snakes he had built an immunity against. Rumors swirled around his death, and some speculated that he had been murdered. No accusations were ever proven, and his death remains unexplained. Police assumed that he had recently acquired a fer de lance, and that the snake actually belonged to him. The carnies thought otherwise. What language is that? Fer de lance? Sounds kind of French or something.
That's what it kind of thinks to me.
I wonder if one of the characters is like French, because I know it said one was from Fiji, one was from Romania. That might be something, might not be.
Search up what this type of snake is. It might be important in some way.
Yeah.
We'll see where it originates from.
Okay. You haven't
Okay.
read this. Yeah. So, where it originates?
The scientific name is the
Well, I
Bothrops
probably should have
asper.
looked it up on my
It's a
phone.
highly venomous pit viper species ranging in distribution from southern Mexico to northern South America. They're found in a wide range of lowland habitats, often near human habitations. Okay, I was reading this while you were
Okay.
reading that, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I'd already read some of that stuff. Okay,
Yeah, I was about to say we already
this is
read
a
this.
photograph obtained in Madame Ruby's trailer by Mikey on 11/5/18. Also included are Ruby's notes about the tarot reading. The one who pursues me comes like Leo, full of hunger. It roams to and fro, searching for my scent. Twice towards the east the lion runs, then down to the cool springs for a drink to quench his thirst before blood is spilled. Now east again Leo runs, encountering the ram and frightening it away. The ram is no match for the lion. The beast changes course and heads north until it encounters one of its kind. Then, catching my scent, it heads twice west before growing angry because it loses the trail. It stops and waits for the wind to carry my scent again. I'm curious.
I wonder if this has something to do with
Yeah,
this.
that's what I was kind of thinking when I was reading it, because it's got about,
Yeah.
north, south, east, west, all that.
Yeah. and
Who died first?
then it doesn't say. It says 5 years ago, and then it says in 2013. It doesn't say who died first.
It doesn't even have a, I guess it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't have an actual date. She died in 2018, so 2013 would have been 5 years ago. So these would
And
have
they wouldn't even be on the map anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I know I seen something about an eagle eye, which isn't on there. A disc drop, penny pitch, softball throw, archery shot. I'm not seeing anything about lions and.
I think the lion's the metaphor towards who killed her.
Yeah, and it
Whoever-
said Leo, so it might have something. Of course, when we do that, it might show something. Somebody's zodiacs or something.
That's what I was kind of wondering, but it doesn't give birthdays.
No, well, I mean, we don't have all the clues yet because we still got to scan these in and get more clues.
Yeah.
So we might get somebody's birthdays and this and that. Let's see here. This is the Stalk EVP cassettes obtained by the Carnival Midway Shadow Brothers Carnival by Lisa on 11/5/18, which is presumably the day that Ruby died. They say either the night of November 4th, morning November 5th. Note within ghost hunting and
Parapsychology.
parapsychology, electronic voice phenomenon.
Phenomena.
Oh, is that phenomena?
Phenomena.
Yeah. Okay.
EVP
Yeah,
are
EVP.
sounds found on electronic
Electronic
readings.
recordings that are interpreted as spirit voices that have been either unintentionally recorded or intentionally requested and recorded. So I bet we get to listen to something there. Cool.
This, I think, goes with the bears. It's a photograph obtained outside Ruby's trailer by Mikey on 11/5/18. The Zoltan machine keeps speaking and asking the same question over and over. How many tickets? Then it spits out a fortune that isn't really a fortune. Because it's got numbers, go ahead and
tickets.
add up if you want to write it down real fast. Alright, so if you want to add that up real fast, that might be the answer to whatever this is, how many tickets.
Okay, and you've already read this?
Yeah, I read that, but I still don't know, where the line stopped.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, like I said with this, and we also have a website we need to go to at some point, and we still have that
Okay.
balloon thing over there, Wheel of Fortune. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more clues with these.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead, start recording on my phone. Let's see our calculator. So we're going to do, which one was this?
That was the Zoltan's thing.
Okay.
And we can keep it with the bears if you want. Okay,
Yeah.
3
Okay, 3
plus 32
plus 32
plus 21 plus 15 plus 7 plus 21 plus 3 plus 32 plus 15 plus 32 plus 7 plus 21
Oh wait, 6, 7, okay, 21
plus 21
twice.
twice, yeah. Plus 15 plus 7. So 252 tickets.
So I'll write that down.
Yeah.
252. Okay.
Alright, so we can sticky this right here for the possible answer.
I think we've read everything now, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the QR scanner. And let's go ahead and try this. Boom. Open website. See what this brings us. Password
Which I think.
would be the 252.
Yeah.
252. Open.
Yep,
Yes.
that worked. Okay.
When in possession of stolen money, don't let your partners double cross you. When laundering the money through your carnival to keep it afloat, be sure to use caution. Don't let your fortune teller learn the location of the money. Put a 1 beside that too, because it looks like it might be 3. I don't know why they would number separately. We could just put it to the side, yeah. Oh, I wasn't talking about 1 here, I was talking about 1 down here for that, but yeah.
Read it again.
When laundering the money through your carnival to keep it afloat, be sure to use caution.
When laundering money through Carnival.
Your carnival, yeah. To keep it afloat, be sure to use caution.
Use caution.
And don't let your fortune teller learn the location of the money. So, was this place being bankrupt? Or starting to get
Learn
bankrupt?
the location of money.
Don't let your fortune teller learn the location of money. Or of the money, but yeah. Shit.
You could have possibly did a screenshot of it too.
Well, I mean, it was on the video for us, or for the video later. Okay.
Zoltan Clue.
Zoltar. Yeah. I mean, we can rip that page out and stick it with this as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alright, put that together. Alright, do you want to go ahead?
You want to check out this website?
We
See
can, otherwise we could just do this.
Because I mean,
real
I don't know
fast.
what kind of things it has.
And while you've got your computer
Yeah, I don't know if
open,
this is going to ask a question. It doesn't seem like it's
I think
going to ask a question.
it's a recording.
Yeah, I know, but I mean to unlock
I think
it.
it's just
I know I said some stuff won't be password protected.
possibly that. There's no question
So,
being asked,
yeah.
so I'm assuming that's just what the recording was.
Okay, let's see here. Go to OBS so I can start screen share this.
And while you've got that open, go ahead and look up The Adventure of the Dancing Man by Sherlock Holmes, or the Sherlock Holmes, The Dancing Man story.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that here. Okay, so start recording.
That's a big old mess of shit.
Yeah, we ain't gotta look at it, so it's okay.
Popcorn?
Yeah, sure. Shift off the table down a little bit. This right here. Alrighty. StalkGhostHunters.com. What was the other one?
It's the book, the story called The Adventure of the Dancing Men.
Dancing Men.
Go ahead and search up
By
Cipher. Don't worry about it. It's gonna it's Google. It's gonna pull it up. Do the
Cipher.
Cipher.
Dancing Man Cipher. Okay. So for the website homepage.
Sometimes it really is a matter of life and death.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, on here. Sometimes it really is a matter of life and death.
How sweet, they've already got it all. Carnival of Chaos. Y'all could have made it less obvious and let it go.
Alrighty, so
So we're on the stalk website now.
Okay.
If Derek's computer doesn't freak out.
It popped up some message, but okay. The Carnival.
How pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. About the case, the murder of Madame Ruby at the Carnival of Chaos.
It's a pretty picture.
It is. It's
I
like a
wonder who painted
blew up picture of what's in the book.
I wonder
'cause
who painted that.
I remember the hair.
Whoever
You know.
RM is. Oh, wait, RM could be her.
Yeah, Ruby. What was her last name?
I thought it started with a D.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
So,
well.
when the Shadow Brothers Carnival of Chaos rode into Valley Falls, everyone was excited. That excitement turned into terror, however, when Madame Ruby, the Carnival's resident fortune teller, was found murdered. Someone had bashed her skull in with her own crystal ball. Shouldn't she have seen this coming? This is what I thought. Too soon? I think I mentioned that earlier. She wasn't much of a fortune teller. But apparently, according to one note, she knew it was coming, and she still didn't protect herself.
She said that it was pointless since her death was imminent anyway.
Well, yeah.
She mentioned in her thing, if
Yeah,
my death is imminent, it is pointless to run.
Yeah. You're right. This isn't a laughing matter. The murderer is running loose. Normally, that sort of thing isn't our problem. We deal more with the ghost left behind than the living perpetrator of a crime. This case is a little different. It seems that the carnival has a few ghosts of its own that were speaking to Madame Ruby before her death. They've been haunting the Midway and leaving messages about the identity of the killer. The Will Street Detective Agency is working on the living aspects of the case, and they asked us to consult on the paranormal aspects. When we investigated the carnival, we found quite a few interesting things. Some of them we posted here as a sort of archive for the case. Okay. Are these clickable? These are clickables. Okay, open new link. Oh, astrology. So yeah, it's talking about Capricorns and shit. There's an astrology thing.
Okay.
Click to enlarge.
Does it say
Audio.
anything else? Because it's talking about Leo.
Well, I mean, this one let me. I don't know if this is actually. Oh, this is just the puzzles. Type ordeals. I don't know. Oh, I got those. Let's see here. We weren't sure what to do with this, but Anna felt drawn to it. And maybe this can be used somehow with the astrology card we found. Because I noticed these have maybe this might have something to do with it instead of the map. I don't know.
Maybe.
It might kind of, because it's talking about north and west, and some of these are kind of side by side, the actual thing, and others. I guess they are all side by side, but it just looks kind of weird.
I'm writing down like kind of what this sounds like. East.
Leo east.
Yeah, Leo. We're talking about the lion. He
Yeah.
goes east twice, then south to quenches thirst, or to the cool springs for a drink, and then blood is spilled. Then he goes east again, encountering the ram. Plus, ram.
There's an
Scares it
audio
away.
file. We can download that. Oh no, don't play yet.
The beast changes course and heads north.
Okay. So that's, I don't worry
Two.
about that yet.
One of its kind.
Well, we got another person here.
Caught rubies. Scent.
Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, can't really see that one.
Twice. West. Lost. Trail. Okay.
Okay. There is Anna voice notes, and it actually played, so let me turn the volume up here.
Okay.
Turn it all the way. Maybe so.
This is Anna here. I've been trying to make contact with the Midway ghosts. One of them isn't being very talkative. One of them, however, keeps speaking to me. He says this over and over. It's not the bite of the snake that kills you. It's the poison left behind. I was killed because I found out who the Shadow Brothers really are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Flynn's question right there. Okay, no caps, and it looks like probably no space. So it's possibly just poison or poison left behind, all straight. So if you wanted to scan that.
Okay. Probably could have wrote that on those just so we could stuck it.
Okay.
And then I would just kind of scribble that out and use the rest of it for something else later.
Poison left
Okay.
behind. Try poison first. And if
And
that's
then-
not right, then do poison left behind. And it says no spaces.
Yeah.
Or no caps.
No caps. So you would think one word, because I know one said no spaces as well.
But since it says no caps, it might be all three. So we can still just do poison and then poison
Yeah,
left
that's
behind.
what I would. I'm gonna try just poison. Poison.
That was it? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going
If
to,
you want to go ahead and write it on that, yeah.
I'm going to write it just how it shows, which is about sideways. Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, you could do it normally. Well, however you want to do it, it doesn't matter. Just,
Okay.
So it goes on there.
L2, L5.
So it looks like left 2, left 5, right 2,
Okay, well, just read it for me, please.
L3, R5, R3. That's that row.
Okay.
L2, L1, R4, L1, R1, R6. L1, R0, R4, L6.
Okay, something that I think this has to do is that Wheel of Fortune.
Or the duck thing, because they're pointing left or right, and they have numbers on them.
We can try and see first what this might be. So,
Okay.
okay, so I don't really know
It
what.
says Squeaks didn't do it.
Oh, Squeaks didn't do it. Okay.
So
So we can mark Squeaks off.
Yeah.
Okay, Squeak, you're off the hook.
Yeah, supposedly. They could lie to us. Somebody could be covering you up. Let's see here. So Squeak, he's not even on here. So let's see. Let's write down.
Well, we got Squeak's a thief right here, but.
Let's see.
All right, so I bet that's probably all that's going to happen with the Wheel of Fortune.
Do it. Okay.
Okay, so we
Um,
figured a few puzzles out already.
Yeah. Well, once we get this done, let's kind of put it out of the way.
Okay,
for
what
now.
else did we do? Are
Uh,
we completely done with the Stulk thing?
No, I'm not done with the website. This has just got the website, and it says sometimes it really
Okay.
matter of life and death, so I don't think that's really going to be much useful. Back to here. Need to know, brought to you by Mikey the Skeptic. I don't believe in most of this. I'm here to be the voice of reason, but there is something about this case I can't figure out. It has to do with the Lucky Duck game. Let's go and get that. Have we done this one yet? Is that what brought us
We
here?
haven't done that.
Okay,
no.
no,
No,
okay.
it was that Stulk website that brought us here.
Okay, yeah. What did we? I thought I've done 2 codes.
We did.
Oh,
Flynn,
that one?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, okay.
Which that one led us to the fortune teller thing,
Okay, yeah.
and
okay.
I don't think she said anything else of importance.
Yeah, That was about it. Let's see here. I don't believe most as well. Whenever I get near that booth, a weird email pops up on my phone from unknown sender. The message says this: if you're in the U.S., give me a call. If you're outside the U.S., just open the attachment using the ducks. It's weird because I can delete the email, but whenever I'm near the duck game, the email comes back. The attachment is below.
Something about the ducks.
And it's just
Okay,
about phone number.
I think I was looking over this. I think this is probably involved with this as well, because it's talking about the chick going to all these different places,
Okay.
from tickets to softball. You might want to open, when we get to this, we might want to open that up so we can do a line.
Okay, what up?
She's
Oh, on
going,
the computer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she's going to different places and I'm not too sure.
Okay. This is if you're in the U.S., give me a call. I figure this has got numbers on it, but.
But if you're outside the US, open the attachment using the ducks.
Which, yeah, and then here's attachment, but it is password protected.
Does it have his phone number anywhere?
No, nothing, unless it's further down. It doesn't say anything about it. That might be something we have to come back to. Cedric's tips, something I learned about the Wheel of Fortune, when going right or
We've
left
already
start,
figured
yeah.
that out, yeah.
And it says it on the thing, so I think that's kind of pointless. Photo gallery, Ruby's trailer was stop number 1 for us. Ooh, photo gallery. I wonder what this is. BANKRU.
It's interesting.
And then looks like PTC here, Y.
Okay, I'm not too sure what that's gonna mean. I'm sure we'll figure it out before too long.
I'm sure 5 years ago, Terrets.
5 years ago, people were killed 5 years ago, so that's easy to figure it out.
Yeah.
And she probably found out who the murders were. Wait, go back.
Let's see.
No.
I'm sure these probably all go through. Because here's something.
The brink of.
Brink. What do you see? The brink
Of.
Yeah. And then this is degrees, and it's between. What is that?
It looks like a 69. Oh, that
Yeah.
looks like a.
What?
That's
Gemini.
the Gemini, yeah.
Okay, Gemini. Yeah. I was about to say what zodiac, but yeah. And then that's Leo. So Gemini and Leo. And wasn't that woman talking about something about Leo?
It was just talking. Yeah, Leo. It was
Leo,
about
and then something about Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that might have something to do with that.
Wait, this is like a sentence.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
We
know.
need
Where
to
it starts.
find.
There's nothing
wait,
on this.
Go back up.
Go back up.
Ruby's trailer was stop number 1 for us. So find Ruby's trailer in the
Well,
pictures.
This is from her trailer.
So
She's
maybe
the
this
tarot
is.
reader.
Okay, all right.
PA in bankrupt.
Bankrupt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, why am I writing it like that?
I'm supposed to just. Ooh, shit. Okay. Because that has nothing on it, so yeah, that would make sense. Be in the end. Okay. BANKRU.
PTC. Wait, bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. Yeah, I could see why.
So wait, so this isn't the first stop because that one previous was on the brink of.
Okay. We'll just go ahead and write down what we know. I'm supposed to just leave that there, and then we can draw arrows, kind of trying to decipher it into actual sentence.
BANK.
Oh, right here. That's probably it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
So
Okay, 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
I'm not seeing anything in this picture.
Space.
The I want to say probably Carnival because CAR. The car. Nothing.
I don't see anything. Yeah, Nibble.
Yeah. Just got some random pictures in between. Carnival.
Another space,
nothing.
probably. I'm gonna just skip.
Well, I mean, some of
was.
these I think, was on the brink of bankruptcy. Bankruptcy, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I knew something says about the money earlier.
That one message about that I wrote down earlier.
Yeah, for
Something else. You've got it over there, maybe.
yeah, this when in possession of stolen money, don't let partners double cross you. When laundering money through Carnival, to keep it afloat, use caution. Don't let fortune teller learn. So it sounds like somebody stole money and laundering money.
Someone, and it makes me think it was possibly whoever.
Allie and Squeak were referred to as thieves.
Squeak didn't do it though, so it's it could be Allie, but it makes me think, because this sounds like it's talking about some of the other ones made it sound like it was, someone in charge of the carnival, so maybe one of the brothers.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
We don't
more
know.
likely some of these people that we
Or
talk about are, this is from here, I don't really know. Right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of sit it back here. Let's see here. Archive stock files. Tarot reading, Anna Strange vibes, weird EVP, scoreboard error.
This is probably the scoreboard, because stalk, so.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and see if we can open up some of this. I don't even know what the password would be for that one dude unless it was the phone number.
I don't know what his phone number is though.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
No, but there hasn't been anything leading to it. Like I said, almost probably something we have to come back for. But lucky dog. And then.
Wait, hold on.
What?
7, which is,
Well, yeah, I know that stock has something to do with that as well.
yeah,
I wonder if we have to do this to get that, and then that would also be this.
possibly.
Because this is just a bunch of numbers. You get 8.
And Cedric's mentioned.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and try and crack that.
Okay, if you want to,
Okay. Because it would be like old school texting,
yeah.
basically.
Okay, the woman who betrayed me wasn't the, I think I might have messed up.
Okay, let's see. Who betrayed me wasn't the.
Maybe the one who killed me or who killed Ruby.
Who betrayed me wasn't the one who killed me or who killed Ruby.
So whoever, this is referring to whoever betrayed what's his face, which we still haven't figured out. Possibly.
Okay. Who's watched his face? The
Charleston the Clown.
Charleston?
Yeah.
Who betrayed me wasn't the one who killed.
Me or who killed Ruby. Because his question was who betrayed him.
Okay. So it's not.
Did we figure out who betrayed him? Or who broke up his romance?
Who broke up his romance? Like I said, that one I said,
Which, you'd think it'd be the Weather Witch who betrayed him, right?
well, it said, Allie broke them up.
Yeah.
Sorceress in Charleston. But Charleston also dated the Weather Witch.
Who
And-
cheated on him with Thunderbolt.
Yeah. So it could possibly be Allie or,
I don't know why I put Thunderbolt.
but, so we believe this to be Charleston speaking?
Possibly.
Possibly Charles. Speaking.
And the sorceress mentioned somebody who betrayed Charleston, which I think she mentioned a person betraying Charleston, which was Allie.
Yes, he said sorceress apparently
So-
sound like sorceress and Charleston were together at one point. Allie broke them up.
Maybe do Allie, and then if that's not the case, do
Yeah,
Allie
where's the
the
lid for
acrobat.
this?
I got it.
Oh, okay. So let's see what else is on this page before we go off to. Okay, just those other files I've already opened. I don't know. So let's see here. No caps and no spaces. So I would think since no spaces, Allie the acrobat.
Yeah, since it's specified,
Oh shit! My bad.
there wouldn't be a space in her name.
Yeah, that's why I said well go for poison would probably just be poison, not the
Yeah.
other. Because I remember it saying that. Okay, so QR scanner. Let's see. Okay, open websites. Allie, the acrobat. I don't think I spelled that right. Allie, the acrobat. Incorrect.
Was Allie right?
Allie? Oh.
Try Weather Witch.
Or Thunderbolts.
Let's just do Weather Witch first.
Whatever. Yeah, let's see. Nope.
Okay.
But Thunderbolt doesn't have a thing. No. I said we just come back to that later. But we at least know what that says.
Do you want to try and see if Squeaks the Clown, since we know for sure that Squeaks didn't do it?
I don't think they would give us 2 clues. And it doesn't say Squeaks the Clown on his thing, it just says Squeaks. I don't think they would give us 2 clues saying that he didn't do it. I feel like that'd be kind of redundant.
I mean, we can still just try
Especially, well, like I said, also on his thing it says Squeaks, not Squeaks the Clown.
I thought further in it called him Squeaks the Clown in the description.
It might be, maybe.
Yeah, Squeaks the Clown.
Okay, I mean, I can try.
And he studied extensively under Charleston and Fortunato.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh shit, I'm gonna keep doing that. I want a screenshot, okay.
I mean, they're all clowns, so it's possible that...
Yeah, let's go back to, where's this? Okay.
It's possible that one of the clowns...
Wait, I didn't even scan anything again, so let's... there. Here we go. Weeks. No.
Okay, do you want to just try Fortunato just to get it out of the way as well?
4.
Okay, so they're still suspects for sure.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go through. There's some other PDFs on here we can go through. Okay, this is just the same thing that was on like cards. So I'm just gonna close this out.
Did you do Fortunato the clown or Fortunato?
Just Fortunato. Okay, that's the same as the other card. That's the full board card. So these are nothing basically. And this is the password.
His fucking phone number.
But I feel like this might have, one of these might have something to do with that thing. I got the Dancing Men's cipher up here. Let's see here. Okay, hey, this is perfect. It'll let me just type in that. And maybe write it down on one of these so we can just stick it here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you think I can get it all on this?
I was about to say not one.
Might be able to get that one all on it if you wanted to go
Well, I
ahead.
don't really want to stick it on here since it's paper.
Well, we can just put both of them.
Okay. Maybe put popcorn bag or something so we know which one it goes to. Okay, let's see. Can I make this larger? Probably not. Oh. Let's see here. It looks like. Are you kidding me? Is this the exact same thing? Maybe this is just the cipher itself. Yeah, this is the cipher. I mean, the thing. I'm sure that's the letters.
Okay, so.
So we didn't even need this, but yeah. I mean, since I can type it in on the computer, I'm just gonna do that so we ain't gotta try to figure out all of them.
I don't
But
know.
yeah. But yeah, because that's the exact same order as on here. And I
So
figured
this
probably
is A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. But instead of trying to match it that way, I'm just gonna type it up on here. And maybe it'll
Okay.
do this. Alright, so we can close that out.
Okay.
So this, and this, and this. So apparently, Thunderbolts might be innocent. It's not really saying that, but if he's leaving that on the murder, more
I
likely he's not
still
there.
don't
I
understand.
wouldn't mark off Allie though, because it doesn't say that he was there with her.
I didn't mark her off.
Did you mark off Thunderbolt?
I marked off Squeaks.
Okay, let's see, go ahead. Where's
Right
the
now, I'm blaming the mime.
Mine?
It's mine.
I would still say maybe Juggler, just because whatever for right now. I don't know.
And they're both Pork and Allie, possibly.
But I thought he was with the witch.
Allie's a fucking cheater.
Because the
Oh,
witch,
wait. Sorceress was also talking about,
Allie broke them up.
yeah, Sorceress was also talking about, a fish needs bait before it will bite, right? She made sure she dangled the bait right in front of him every chance he got. Eventually he went for it. What if the sorceress was with Thunderbolt? Wherever he is, I don't know. But what if Sorceress was possibly with Thunderbolt and Allie got with Sorceress or with Thunderbolt? I mean, she already she did something. She shady as fuck, sounds like.
So instead of Charleston, it could have been Thunderbolt?
Yeah, possibly.
Thunder. Okay, so Sorceress was somebody and Allie broke them up. So that could be one Allie didn't work on. Who betrayed. Who fucking betrayed him still? But we got this all taken care of now.
Yeah, we don't need Mime's shit anymore.
I'm a bearded lady might have something, I don't know, I'm gonna leave that.
I don't even know who the bearded lady's supposed to be.
I don't
She's not even listed as a suspect.
You know, I haven't seen her anywhere else, but just in case.
He was just buying the bearded lady's tent.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know if she was on here. I'm not even seeing bearded lady. Is it anywhere?
Nope.
I don't remember seeing any of the people that we do know with a beard. Woman was. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, I mean that's
If y'all can
everything.
see this table, it's a mess right now.
Um,
We still do not know how to get in touch with his fucking shit.
yeah, but that's still stuck. Please enter password. It doesn't tell you.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Mikey's in Oh, yeah, Mikey the Skeptic.
Yeah, which is the one with the thing. What did this go to? This went with this and this. Alright, so what have we not tried yet or dealt with? We have not tried to listen to this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to that while we can.
And then we can, after that, try to do this thing. Oh, and we also have this that we can do.
Yeah, and I still don't really know what that is.
I wonder if it's like another thing just like that. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that right now.
Okay.
Since this is supposed to be spirits talking.
Hold on. D-E-A-D. That looks right?
D. So A, B, C, D. Possible. Yeah. D. E. A. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3.
D. E. D. Okay. You want to maybe try to listen to this?
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to that.
Because this is
going to take some time to figure out.
This is supposed to be something to do with the.
We did figure out that that does look like a full moon, doesn't it? No?
I don't know. That's an M and an N. Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what this is. The websites.
Hello there. Charleston Clown here. I know. I'm not supposed to be able to talk to you anymore. Guess that makes you a lucky duck if you figured out how to get this message. The right ducks are the wrong ducks. Get it?
The right ducks are the wrong ducks.
So
Okay,
maybe the
so
ones-
what's your phone number, dude?
Yeah. Okay.
So the ones looking left are okay, the right ones are not.
Okay.
So we've got...
So if you want to just write it down. The popcorn thing. Just scribble out popcorn. That pulls up a number. Perfect. So let's go back to here. I wonder if I have to type in the dashes.
I would try just the phone
Numbers
number.
first.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, usually with a phone number, you usually do that. So 662
350
350.
0126.
Yes, Pyro was in the middle of his act when Madame Ruby was murdered.
Okay, so it wasn't Pyro.
Yeah, I don't want you to put things. I was thinking that the spirits thing might have had something to do with that, but no. But oh, we got that taken care of. So we got this. That goes there.
Okay, since we're still really unsure about this thing, let's go ahead and do the map and figure out what the fuck's
Okay,
going
we still
on.
have this thing as well.
Balloons.
I haven't seen anything about the balloons at all yet. And we still have something to do with that Zodiac puzzle.
getting stumped. That's okay.
Well, maybe if we get this, we
This-
can kind of go
yeah,
somewhere.
might be.
That's
Okay, let's see where Anna ends up after while she follows the presence.
Okay. Let's go ahead.
Anna's one of those ladies. She's one of the paranormal investigators.
Yeah. Let's see here. What was I doing?
I'm gonna read where she starts.
Carnival. The car. Shit. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to open in GIMP so I can make it as a separate layer. Let's see here. Open with GIMP. Give me a minute to. That way, if we gotta redo stuff or whatever, it'll be easier just to delete a layer instead of trying to hit undo 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Just to find out that we needed it to do it. Now, what was the rest of that? Was there like a riddle or anything?
Nope.
Okay, so.
While investigating the midway, I got some strange vibes near the game with the milk cans and the softballs. I got a very strong feeling that I wasn't alone. So
We
she
didn't do
was,
anything with that either, have we?
Yeah, we haven't figured that out yet.
Wait, yeah, no. Oh, I don't know where is that?
Well, that was the text one that we figured out.
No, that's the vault, the beach ball toss. I'm talking about the milk can. What have we done with that? Because we got these balloons here that we haven't done anything with. What did we do with it? Well,
Is it
fortune,
under-
ducks, this.
Really? Where oh, there it is.
I was about to say, I don't know where it is. Okay. Because we haven't done anything with those two yet.
Okay, so she said that she was with the milk cans and the softballs, whatever that game was.
The milk cans. This is the milk cans.
Yeah, but I don't know what the game's actually called, so I don't know where.
There's a softball throw.
Possibly.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Anyway, I felt a tug at my arm and allowed myself to be led to the carnival entrance. So she went down from softball to tickets, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But whatever had a hold of me fled, rushing back through the carnival. I used my gift to follow the trail the spirit left behind. Here's the list of every place I went. For some reason, it wanted her to go. It wanted her to go to Ernie's tent for some reason.
And when would lead her that direction?
I don't know.
Something else here. Oh.
It's very strange.
Didn't we read something earlier about to avoid stepping in the blood? What was that on?
Footprints.
Yeah, footprints.
Yeah, it was
Because
the
I'm like,
notes.
and who is this from?
That was from Anna, one of the
Okay.
paranormal investigators.
Okay.
It said, Ruby, no fingerprints were left behind, and the killer went to great pains to avoid stepping in any of the blood splatter, leaving no shoe prints, but despite the fact that most of the trailer was covered in blood.
Okay.
I had a thought, and then it just flew away.
I wonder something we didn't write down on here. I wonder if it could have been one of the people that died.
Spirit?
A spirit. The clown dude or the.
If you want to write down the clown and.
I mean, because that could be a reason why there's no footprints in the blood. It mentioned that there's blood everywhere. And since this is kind of paranormal, what we gotta do that can conduct electricity, chick that can control weather. That's not outside the realm of this. This isn't based in reality. So that is a possibility.
It would also explain part of what she wrote, saying, I have a suspicion they'll be coming for me soon. The spirits aren't clear on that. If my death is imminent, it is pointless to run. Which would make sense if it was actually some sort of spirit that killed her, since
Yeah.
they're connected to her.
And they're coming for her. And she could be
Okay.
talking about the spirits coming for her.
So Charleston and Flynn, if you want to write them down. Still irritated because I had a thought and I have no idea what I was thinking of. It like was there and then it just left.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a possibility, since we're kind of talking about that. I'm going to go ahead and just minimize this. We can keep it open. For the most part, I'm going to close that. So we know that Pyro was in the middle of sex. We marked out
We know
Pyro.
Pyro's not it. I'm really curious. The sorceress wrote in her thing. There might be a reason why the lady at Ernie's tent. The sorceress mentioned Ernie isn't taking the news well.
He likes Ruby.
He likes Ruby. They weren't an item or anything, but he was too scared. Can you imagine a guy just afraid to ask her out? I'm curious. Maybe he was acting strange about it all because he possibly was the one who did it. Okay, let's, I mean, we technically know that they're dead, but we're gonna put an underline, because these guys are spirits. Flying little spirits.
It's like that one case or whatever that we was watching. Just the dude that was investigating the murder that actually did it. He just didn't remember. So, I mean, I can see that.
I'm gonna see if I can try and figure out, maybe,
Yeah.
because that's clear, we know that that is dead.
Yeah. And
So
then go back
it
with
begs to differ that this has to be some sort of word or words,
Yeah.
so we might be looking at it wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, that being
Look at
dead.
this, look at this.
But
There's
that being
such
dead-
a big space right here. What if this is one full word?
Okay, but still. All. ALT. Although. Yeah. Although.
Although dead, okay.
So, although dead, somebody still killed me.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, so that was.
Okay, so
'cause
this
that
is
would've
one.
been
This
L.
is one word right here.
Well, that's one word, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Although dead.
that could be two words.
Yeah, that looks like.
That looks like
maybe
it could be
two
two
words.
words. 'Cause it looks like something but here. That looks like two words because that's the
Because you
end
see
of
how
that.
close these letters are, but
Yeah.
these are also half circles.
Yeah, so that means the circle would have been here and here. So yeah, okay.
Okay, so although dead.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, kind of keep doing that. Maybe kind of doing because I mean that was right. The things,
Yeah.
the L and the H and the O. But yeah, we was looking at it as like alt. I was like,
So
alternative of some sort. But yeah, I want to keep figuring
you
that
try
out.
and figure it. I'm gonna try
What's
and figure
the one
this
with the
out. The lion
the
right here. And that's kind of what I gained from looking at this.
Okay, 'cause I'm gonna try to see if I can figure this out. Will you try to decipher that?
Where's the Leo?
Leo, is right here. on
It's
this
right
one.
here and it's also right there.
Here, yeah. But
Which makes me wonder, because that's water. And
Yeah.
he went east
yeah,
twice and then south down. So one,
east twice.
and if we're going by the symbol, 1, 2, Aquarius is right there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then if we went by this, it would still be east twice.
Yeah. Okay, so you do that. I'm gonna try and figure this out.
Did we see something earlier about Gemini? Was somebody Gemini earlier?
I don't know. You can look through
I
that
remember.
stuff.
I remember something about Gemini, but I don't know if that was really something we read or was. Oh, wait! I remember where the Gemini was. It was on the website with that picture. Cause it said something about. Let's see, where was that? The photos. Let's see if that photo has anything. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Gemini and Leo right here. I don't know. Where did the line stop? Oh, where did the line stop? Okay. I didn't even see what the question was. Gemini. Oh shit, this is still going. Let's go into this. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's go back. Gemini, I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, okay, detective notes. Here's some more notes.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. November 2nd, 2013. So this might be one of those two that died, more than likely. We have this.
This is talking about the snake charmer.
Okay. This might have something to do. Let's see here. November 2nd, 13. In conjunction with Federal Bureau of Investigations, the Valley Fall Police Department is working in an advisory capacity on a series of bank robberies, the last of which took place yesterday in Valley Falls. These are the known facts. So this probably has something to do with that money laundering and that one thing about whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
At approximately 2:45 p.m., 3 armed masked figures stormed the lobby of Valley Falls National Bank and Trust. The robbers wore hoods over their faces to conceal their identity. I just had a thought. It says 3 masked men. Charleston that thing, and then Squeak were all 3 clowns that work together.
We know for a fact that Squeaks was a thief, and Sorceress did mention that he was in her trailer or her tent or whatever because he has a bad habit like an expensive bad habit or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I've kind of thought maybe drugs. He has a habit to support, and the Carnival salary doesn't cut it.
Yeah, but so Squeak, Fortunato or whatever his name is, and then Charleston, all 3 clowns, they all work together. Or whatever, because says Squeak, was whatever under them too.
Mm-hmm.
Squeak's dead or didn't do it apparently.
Yeah, he didn't kill her.
Charleston is
Dead. I have a question. When you scanned the clown one earlier and we couldn't figure it out, wait, that's asking about the romance. Fuck. Where was that one, the one that we scanned that was supposed to be?
Who betrayed?
Yeah.
That's the one that you said.
Who broke up the romance. Okay.
I think that's the one I scanned. But what if Squeak, Fortunato, and Charleston are the Shadow Brothers, and there's just 2 of them now because Charleston's been dead for 5 years. So it's Squeak and the other dude. We said nobody knows who they are. They wear masks.
What if all 3 of them are the Shadow Brothers, but they only always...
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know this card has 2. That kind of insinuates 2. Charleston's been dead for 5 years. So, I mean, that could have been just what's been kind of converted. And it said all 3 of them had masks on concealing the face. Black masks. So, this is dealing with the Shadow Brothers. Well, I was writing stuff here.
Oh.
Because the thing on my phone that just went black. Oh, because I haven't finished this yet. But Squeak, Charleston, and Fortunato, whatever. Or
it's possible that Charleston was going to tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
Somebody freaked out about...
And Parker.
Fortunato freaked out about the fortune that he got involving Charleston.
Yeah, because that one thing said something about be careful that you don't get double crossed.
Mm-hmm.
So Charleston could have been trying to keep the money or double cross them, and that's why they might have killed him or something.
Possibly.
Oh, that's just some of my ideas right now. But,
What's-her-face knows about Charleston.
Yeah, okay. At approximately 2:45 p.m., 3 armed mass beaters stormed into the lobby of Valley Falls National Bank and Trust. The robbers wore hoods over their faces to conceal their identity. The bank tellers were cooperative and no shots were fired. More than $100,000 was taken from the bank. The string of bank robberies under investigation are all thought to be the work of the same group of individuals. They have also hit Hampstead and Crowley's Points. The dates and locations of each robbery corresponds to the same date and location as the stop of the Shadow Brothers Carnival of Chaos National Tour. All members of the carnival are currently being questioned. No suspects have been named at present. No suspects have been named at present. One of the robbers spoke with a lisp, according to one of the tellers. So, one speaks with a lisp. One of the robbers wore a fake mustache over the hood. Charleston, one of the people said was Charleston was smart, even though he wore the fake mustache.
Yeah.
So I believe Charleston is one of them. Two wore. I don't know if that's how you spell it, probably not. Mustache. Yeah, wore fake. No, don't darken on me. Fake mustache. I believe that to be Charleston. And virtually nothing is known about the third robber. And I haven't seen anything about the list with anybody yet. That might come up later. But, yeah. Okay. And that's all that this has on here. So that's what I got from the madam person's thing.
Okay. Although dead, the snake charmer and the clown. And then I've got 1, 2, possibly 4, 3 or 4 more words left to figure out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what this other thing would be for. The actual just regular, unless it's there to let you know what the Taurus is if you didn't know. Maybe? You think that might be this?
What?
You think that's just like in case you didn't know what the zodiac was?
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean this one's just got this and it has this and this.
It's probably just a.
And then this, I mean you go by Leo, Lion.
Where does it end up? Where did you say?
Yeah, that's what got me to the other one. It ended up on Gemini. And that
Okay.
was the question for the one that I just got, and that's why I unlocked from it. So we might be done with that completely. And then I'm going to assume we might be done with the computer. Because I think we've done everything on here. We've listened to all the stuff on here. We've read everything. I'm going to go ahead and leave the webpage open.
Okay, so I don't really know what the importance is, but all it says is that although dead, the snake charmer and the clown still speak to me. Okay, we're gonna have to look back through this
Okay,
and try to figure out what this and the balloons have to do, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's another puzzle. And also the map. I mean, we figured out where she's going and stuff, but we don't really know
And we still never figured out.
what the significance is.
We still don't know who broke up Charleston's romance.
Well,
Like, that's something that we never was able to
Allie.
scan.
Did I not?
You did do Allie.
I know. I wonder if I might have typed it up wrong. Like hit the wrong letter or something.
Did you maybe type in The wrong. Did you spell her name wrong, maybe?
That's what I'm saying. If while I was typing up, I might hit the wrong letter because it doesn't show you. It's just straight dots. I wasn't really looking whenever I did this. Try this again. Because I know that's what it. Open website. Okay. And it says no spaces and no caps, so I'm going to
Assume that it's got to
alley the acrobat. Incorrect.
be. Okay.
And then thunderbolts, but like I said, it's just one word, so I don't understand.
When you typed in Weather Witch, did you do the Weather Witch or just Weather Witch?
Well, I'll just put Weather Witch.
And did you try typing up Thunderbolt just to see?
I think I did earlier, but I mean, there's no spaces in that, so I don't see why. It's
I mean, we're kind of getting
because
for this one, we're kind of at the point where we need to just
yeah.
type in
But
their
I mean,
names.
some of the other ones says, you know, just no caps. The weather.
TCH.
No, it's not that. I'll try Weather Witch again, so if I misspelled it, we'll go. No. Okay. So,
No. Did you try Thunderbolt?
no. Websites.
Because I mean, if Weather Witch cheated on Charleston with Thunderbolts, you would assume Thunderbolt might be the one that broke them up. Oh, yep, Thunderbolt.
Okay. Okay, what's this?
That comes up to a new.
Kind of like the balloon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
pattern.
So we know it's not Thunderbolt because Thunderbolt has tattoos.
Does he?
Didn't you mention in his picture?
No, that's the Ernie, the strongman.
Oh, Strongman has.
Yeah, Thunderbolt has all the lines.
I know,
Ernie
okay.
has. Yeah, we'll say you can look at it again. Okay, so we figured that one out.
Somebody that doesn't have tattoos.
So
Are tattoos mentioned in any of these guys?
I don't remember tattoos mentioning, but I mean we had pictures of those.
We don't have very many pictures.
Well, no, just one picture. But I know. I mean that eliminates Ernie
It does eliminate Ernie.
because he does have tattoos.
All right, I guess you can mark Ernie off. And that's probably not a picture of Flynn.
And then that's that. Yeah.
But
So Ernie, where's Ernie? Here he is. Is he in the chicks have pictures or tattoos?
what?
Did you look at the chicks as well?
Yeah, the only person that is visible with tattoos is Ernie on these.
Okay.
Ronaldo has no tattoos.
That we see. I mean,
That
he
we
might
can
have
see.
legs.
He might have leg but they're not going to try and
Yeah,
do something.
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's going to go by picture.
Yeah, I figure he's gonna go by picture, and you can't say by picture that he doesn't have any though. He doesn't have any in the picture, but none of the other ones have them either except him. So yeah.
Killer still has no tattoos. We can only, mark off the one we know for sure
That has
can't
tattoos.
be.
Yeah. Because yeah, none of these others show enough for you to be able to tell.
Yeah. And we got any other images or pictures of people anywhere?
No, that's and we still don't know what this is to, or what the significance of these are. That's what we have left right now. Because this went with this.
We're getting out of camera.
No, who cares? So we don't know what the milk thing is, this, or Although dead, the snake charmer and the clown still speak to me.
You said there's nothing else that. Who do we know for sure that it isn't?
It's not Ernie, Pyro, Thunderbolts, Squeaks.
Well, that doesn't help.
No.
I would assume the mime, because he did mention that he saw Thunderbolt leaving the room. So, I mean,
Oh, he sees him leaving the room.
or leaving Allie's tent.
Or somebody said that, yeah. Yeah. But that doesn't mean Allie was in the tent.
Yeah.
He could have went there to see her, and she'd just not been there.
We
So
can
don't know for sure.
put maybe an X. An X. Possibly not them, because why else would Thunderbolt be in Allie's tent? And if the mime saw Thunderbolt leaving the tent, we know and it can't be Thunderbolt since he's possibly got an alibi. So.
But did the mime say he's seen him leave the tent when she died?
Said around the time of the murder.
Around the time of the murder. Yeah, okay, so that might eliminate the mime, possibly. I still don't want to roll out Allie because, like I said, you don't know if she's there. But watching that one video about the dude, saying that he's seen the guy at 10:30 at the bar, even though that's his normal routine was going to the bar all night. He assumed that it had been his normal routine, even though the thing happened at 9:30, not 10:30. So I don't really want to assume the mom's innocent, but possibly. But Allie, like I said, I mean, there's no confirmation.
I'm going to think it probably isn't Charleston or Flynn.
I still want to say it's possibly
I think it might be him, just because of
the three masked people.
Yeah.
Charleston, Squeaks, and him. Squeak didn't do it. Charleston's dead.
I mean, I don't know what.
And like I said, that one. Let's see, where's it at? It's about the. Don't let partners double cross you. When laundering money through Carnival, it's keep it afloat. Use caution. Don't let fortune teller learn location of the money.
Fortune teller found the possible. I mean.
Yeah. Who is the witch and Ernie that were shocked when they got their fortune?
No.
Which I know Ernie, because he was like stormed off or something, didn't he?
No. Fortunato freaked out about his fortune.
Okay, so yeah, it could have been him.
Because he was told that she knows about Charleston.
Yeah, okay. And then the witch cheated on Charleston, whatever. So yeah, it could be Fortunato.
Based off of what we've got, that's he's
our
biggest lead, and I don't
that
understand.
And this, I don't really understand.
I think this might be the only reason this might be is. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Pull that back up.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So those two go together. Yeah. Let's say we haven't had anything. All right.
Okay, so this might be. We're gonna have to start from.
And then after this, I think we've basically went through everything as good as we can, and then we can try to. Oops, shit. Give me my own password. So Flynn is one of those.
Had a lisp.
So that goes my thing with what's this thing? With it possibly being what to do with that. What is it? Where is this? That's not it. That's not it.
Was there any recordings that involved Flynn speaking out loud?
No, but on here, one of them speaks with the lisp. So this is Flynn. Oh, Flynn.
Flynn spoke with a lisp.
Charleston
wore the fake mustache.
And then the third one, since
Okay, so
it's people
Flynn's
that's
dead.
dying,
Charleston's dead.
I mean, you could assume that the third one would have been Madame Ruby, but that doesn't tell you why they would have killed her. And the whole point with
I would assume the
Fortunato would
only
have been because I was thinking Fortunato, Squeak, and Charleston.
Yeah.
So there kind of goes that theory.
Fuck.
The only thing that would kind of still lead to him is that he freaked out.
But
Freaked out about the beach ball message. What was that? The woman who betrayed me was not the one who killed me or who killed Ruby.
who was the betrayer?
The woman who betrayed him. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Possibly Charleston speaking, and that's when we was trying to figure out about the person. But if it's the woman who betrayed me and something about that money, double crossing, it could have possibly been what's her face. She could have possibly.
No, it can't be. It can't be that because he's not the one who killed me or Ruby. So Ruby can't be.
The woman who betrayed me was not the one who killed me. Okay, so the one who killed Charleston is not Ruby. Well, the only other woman, Sorceress and Allie are the only two other women. And
Sorceress Alley and Weather Witch.
Oh, Weather Witch, yeah. But he would have freaked out over that message? Because they freaked out about the fortune beach ball message. And that's what this is, the woman who betrayed me. So why would Fortunato freak out the woman? Who was Fortunato with? Was he dating somebody?
No, I don't think so.
Because, because it's talking about a woman and he freaked out.
She doesn't know Fortunato enough. That's really the only time I remember him mentioned.
What does this say in his book, in the booklet about him?
Not much. What does it say about Sorceress in the booklet?
It doesn't have sorceress in here.
She's not in there?
Basing his name on the character from Poe's story, The Cask of whatever. I might look that up. See if that has a very twisted sense of humor that used to torment other members of Jabrow's Carnival. Chaos. Despite the gallows comedy fortune favors here, remains one of the Carnival's most popular draws. Let's see, let's go back to, what is that? The cast of Amonitil.
It's right there.
Short story by Edgar Allan Poe. See if this might have any hints in it. Let's see here. How long is this? It's kind of lengthy. Come on, go up. 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could, but when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. This was a point definitely settled, but the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong is unredressed when retribution overtakes its redresser.
I don't know if that really has anything to do with it.
Well,
he just named himself
Yeah,
after.
but he could. I know some of the other stuff. I haven't went through too much of Deadbolt's mysteries, but I know what kind of killers. a lot of the characters, when they reference something like that,
It
they
might
want you
be
to look
important.
into something like that.
Okay.
It was one reference. And it's talking about this dude having, aggressive behavior in a sense
Yeah.
with people, and that's how he refers, and that's why he named himself after
Yeah.
that. What if he is that third member? Because Squeaks doesn't say that he was part of him. Or
We're
part
still,
of those.
I mean, it's still circling back to
Fortunato,
Fortunato
yeah.
because of the fact that the only reason he would have killed Ruby is because she knows about Charleston. Because she speaks with Charleston.
Yeah, because it says he studied extensively under Charleston and Fortunato, which it doesn't say that, he's part of the clique, he just studied under them since they was clowns.
He was just there.
But Charleston and Flynn,
Were two of the thieves.
yeah, so that means, Fortunato, if he studied under them, that could mean those two were tied together that way.
Yeah, but we know Squeaks didn't do it because
Yes,
of what was
so,
said.
we could,
I think we've really gathered up as much information
Yeah.
as we can, so
wanna
let's try and see if maybe he was the killer.
yeah, that's what everything's kind of leading to.
Let's just see if,
Because, nothing was said about him.
and it says no caps and no spaces, so it's gonna have, we'll try Fortunato, and if that's not the case, then Fortunato the clown.
Fuck.
Mainly because, it's really all I can think of.
Yeah, right now. We'll try 4 June. Open. Fortunato is the killer.
Woo!
Bam!
We figured it out!
Yeah! I called it when we doing the opening. I was like, yep, he likes tormenting people. Alright, let's see here. A little over 2 pages.
Of course you would end up liking the murderer.
Yeah. This is me.
I
Killer
mean,
clowns.
when you mentioned that you liked him, the first thought that came to was, he's gonna bleep this out, Darius.
No, I ain't.
I mean, the first thought I thought of was Darius because of the fact that, he's a bit of a dick and,
Yeah.
a killer and all of that, so,
Darius is a nice guy.
just like Ramsey's a nice guy, huh?
He is. But says Fortunato is the killer. 5 years ago, the Shadow Brothers Carnival was in financial trouble. Ticket sales were low. The cost of maintaining a traveling act filled with misfits was high. The carnival was on its way towards insolvency. They needed to do something quickly. Flynn, a snake charmer who worked for the carnival, was also an ex-con who did time back in the 90s for armed robbery. Flynn made the mistake of mentioning his deep dark secret casually one night while drunk, and word got back to the Shadow Brothers, which prompted them to risk a conversation with him about a series of proposed capers that would make use of their ability to move quickly from town to town. The temptation of a quick payday was enough to get Flynn on board. Their agreed upon deal involved robbing a handful of banks, grabbing enough money to put the carnival back in the black, and allowing the Shadow Brothers and Flynn to pocket a little for themselves. The carnival could easily launder the money, padding their tickets and concession sales to show that the money was obtained legitimately. Because of the transient nature of the carnival, it would be difficult to prove exactly how many people were in attendance, making it easy to cook the books and save the carnival. What the Shadow Brothers didn't count on was that Flynn had other ideas about the money should be spent, and made it his mission to secretly learn their true identity as a way to blackmail them into agreeing to his terms. Part of the Shadow Brothers' mystique was built on the fact that no one knew who they were. Flynn realized this and threatened to take what he knew to the press unless the brothers renegotiated his cut of the money.
Mm-hmm.
Having their true identities revealed was something the Shadow Brothers couldn't allow, since both of them were wanted by the FBI for a series of kidnappings that took place more than a decade earlier, when they were merely sadistic carnies, looking for something interesting to do outside of work. Flynn couldn't be allowed to talk. The brothers reluctantly agreed to Flynn's terms while secretly plotting his demise. Flynn realized he had overplayed his hand. However, after he dug a little deeper into the identities of the Shadow Brothers and realized that they were both wanted criminals, who had committed crimes much worse than those he went to prison for, he knew his life was in danger and decided to go on the offensive, targeting Charleston, the first of the brothers. Flynn knew that Charleston's act could be easily rigged to fail, thereby executing the clown in the process. Charleston's death went exactly as Flynn had planned. Fortunato, the second brother, knew immediately what had happened when Charleston was killed and wasted no time procuring a fer de lance and slipping it into Flynn's hoard of serpents as revenge. The snake did its worst, and Flynn died quickly and painfully. With 2/3 of the team gone, including his brother and business partner, Fortunato was left with the responsibility of running the carnival and making sure no one found out about the money they had stolen. He went to great pains to cover his tracks, but never once considered that his fortune teller might have a glimmer of legitimate psychic talent. He realized his mistake when she did readings for all the members of the freak show and whispered into his ear that she knew where the money was hidden. Fortunato panicked and wasted no time coming back later in the evening to silence her, preventing her from both stealing the money and from revealing all that she knew. What he didn't count on was the fact that the ghosts of both Flynn and his brother Charleston would begin speaking through the Midway Games. He also didn't expect Madame Ruby herself to speak from beyond the grave. When confronted with the crime, Fortunato did something unexpected. He began to ramble on about Flynn and Madame Ruby's tormenting him in his trailer at night. With a panicked look in his eyes, he begged for help and mentioned that he would say whatever he needed if only the ghost would leave him alone. At times, he cocked his head as if listening to someone speaking to him, and within minutes he confessed to both the murders of Flynn and Madame Ruby and to the bank robberies of 2013. He was promptly arrested by the Valley Falls Police Department and taken to jail to await trial. Since going to jail, his mental state has rapidly deteriorated, and he spends most nights howling and begging to be let out since the voices won't leave him alone. An emergency hearing was held the week after his detention, and he has since been moved to Saturn Hills Asylum for observation. At this point, it's unlikely that he will ever step foot out of that place again. And they say that Fortunato howls in his room at the asylum and talks about vengeful spirits, poisonous serpents, and his missing brother who was executed yet somehow still managed to speak to him. Strangely enough, the Shadow Brothers' Carnival Chaos is still going from town to town and spreading their brand of fun to people young and old. A new mysterious duo has emerged to fill the Shadow Brothers' shoes, and like its predecessors, no one knows their true identities. Let's just hope they don't make a stop in Valley Falls next time. Crime seems to breed here in our little town, and stopping here would likely put their identities and their livelihood at risk. If I were them, I would just keep right on traveling to the next little town on the map. Hampstead, maybe, or Crowley's Point. Case closed. Benjamin, the Will Street Detective Agency.
I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Even though y'all are there, and we're here to actually doing all the work.
Yeah, we just spoiled it for y'all.
I hope you weren't planning on spending $25 on this.
And if you was, and you're upset that we spoiled it,
you should have
we warned
listened
you
to our spoilers.
Yeah,
we gave a spoiler alert.
Yeah, but we enjoyed it.
Pretty sure we're gonna order the 2 that I was wanting.
Yeah, we'll probably order 2 more and do some more of these videos. I think the 2 that she's won comes in a set, so we'll probably order those and then just decide which one we want to do first or whatever.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Or I might put a poll up online or something with other people. Yeah, so yeah.
Anybody that actually watched this, if they answer it. Otherwise,
Actually, I'll go ahead and put a poll over here. Yeah, over here. Click the little button or wherever, drop down. It should have a little poll there. Gives you 2 options, I believe. I've never done a poll, but it's going to be there. If it has that 3, well, it's going to be 4, just 2 of each. I don't know. Either way, there's a poll over here now. Okay, just click it.
Just so you know.
Just so you know, there's a poll. Just click the thing and vote for which one you want. I don't really remember what they were called. I know something about Easter
it's
Haven
free,
Forest.
If it has to be 3 answers, you could do the names of the 2 that we're buying, and then a third option for flip a coin. So leave it up to chance. You mentioned something about.
Oh yeah, flip a coin. Okay, so yeah, it'll still be between those 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Oh well, whatever. There's a poll. Just click something if y'all want. Determine which one we do next. Like I said, I don't really remember much. I know one's something about Easter Haven Forest, which was a serial killer. Some kids witnessed it, and they're trying to figure out who it was.
And the other one involved what
Murder
seemed
mystery.
like a murder mystery in a murder mystery.
It seemed like
An author, a mystery horror
yeah.
writer, brings a whole bunch of people
like
together.
a murder mystery party
Yeah.
ordeal for her book
And
release.
just like most murder mystery parties, as soon as the lights go out,
People
that's
start
when
dying.
the murder happens, and everybody's supposed to figure out what actually happened.
Yeah, who done it
Who done it?
before they get done in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the 2 that we'll be doing. Easter Haven Forest is the one with the person dragging a body through the forest. The other one, Stormy Night or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Dark and Stormy Night, I
Yeah,
think is what it
maybe.
might be. Or
It's
whatever.
something cliche like that.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, murder mystery. Whatever those things says, that's what they are. Either way, y'all can pick that, help us decide, or we'll flip a coin or something, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we will definitely be doing more of these, hopefully, in the future at some points. So just let us know what y'all thought about this, if this is something y'all be interested in watching or whatever. And yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want to keep watching us do this, then maybe we'll do another recording of it. Otherwise, we're just going to do it for ourselves and not have to worry about
Yeah.
keeping the camera charged.
Well, it's plugged in, so
Keeping the camera charged.
yeah, whatever. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought this would be a perfect one. I like carnivals and clowns and killer clowns and stuff, and Fortunato was a killer clown.
Yep.
So yeah. Woohoo!
Ironic.
But yeah, that's about it. All my links and stuff are down below.
I have no links.
Yeah, she's
Sorry.
just here. I will go ahead and put the link to the Deadbolt Mystery Society down below if you want to go and check them out. I'm not going to link this box because I do believe it's in maybe a small quantity or whatever while supplies last, I believe.
I don't know.
Because I know a couple that we thought we might be interested in said out of stock, and these are boxes from old months subscriptions. So I figured probably once they run out, they're out of whatever. So I'm not going to link this because I don't know when y'all seen it or if they even have any more of these, of this one at least. But I'll go ahead and link that website down below. So if y'all are interested in doing murder mysteries or whatever type of ordeals like this, you can go to the website and sign up for a subscription or just get a standalone box like what we did. So yeah. But yeah, everything else is linked down below. You know where to go. Peace.